All right, my fellow sea goats, Michael Eschenburg here, bringing you your monthly horoscope for Capricorns for March of 2020. If you're new to the channel, check it out. We've got daily horoscopes coming up every single day that are going to dive deeper into all of these aspects and transits to expand upon, what I'm just kind of briefly hitting here for the overview of the month, okay? So the dailies are a lot of fun. Now, what is going on for you? We have so much. I'm a Capricorn as well. I'm a Capricorn sun. We've got so much in the sign of Capricorn right now, okay? There's so much in your first house. You got the South Node, you've got Mars, you've got Jupiter, you've got Pluto, you've got Saturn for only a few more weeks. Okay, Saturn's going to move out of its home sign of Capricorn into Aquarius, its second home sign, and then pendulum back in after the retrograde. Okay, so right off the gate on the 3rd, we've got Venus creating a square to Saturn in Capricorn. Okay, so what is that? I'm going to go to your chart. So obviously so much in the first house. This is about self. This is I'm going toward what's good. I'm going toward the light, and I'm walking away from what I don't like. You know what I mean? I'm walking away from what's bad. I'm going to go toward what I resonate with and leave what I don't. Okay. And it's going to be very kind of cutthroat right now with that energy. So we have Venus in your 4th house. Okay. And at 28 degrees, Venus at 28 degrees on the 3rd, squaring Saturn. So this has to deal with something about home. There's something going on here in the home front with family, that there is a bit of a square off between you and yourself. And with Saturn being here in your 1st, it's like you're not willing to budge. Just period. You're not willing to budge on this issue. You've laid down the law. You've laid down, I get it. And everyone has their own sense of particulars, their own, things that they like, how they like, or that just are. Some people have shoes off in their house, some people don't have shoes off in their house. It's like, if it could be something as simple as that, like, look, no, we're new partners or something like that, and look, don't disrespect the dojo, man, take your shoes off. So it could be something as simple as that, or to a much greater degree, depending on you, how you feel. Now on the 4th, Venus does move into the sign of Taurus, which is home for her, which is really lovely. Venus being home in Taurus for this month. In your 5th house is about creative self-expression, and Uranus being in your 5th house about breakthroughs. Okay, so this is part of this Capricorn energy is shifting, where the Capricorn energy can be. Again, I'm an earth sign too. I'm a double earth sign. I get it. We can be a little closed off at times. This energy here with Uranus and Taurus in the 5th house. This is like shaking the earth. Earthquakes, literal earthquakes going on here in the United States and all around the world. Volcanoes erupting around the world. It's Uranus and Taurus, baby. We've got to expect the unexpected, and we've got to shake some of this ground loose. So in this particular case, this has to deal with personality. Venus conjunct Uranus. This is a love. This is what I love. And there's something about me that I'm holding back, that I'm saying that I can't express myself this way, or I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't be like this, I shouldn't act like this. Or if it comes to business, we have sometimes this idea that we have to be, there's a business-like manner, and I have to be very stiff and stale. And it's just like, this energy is saying, no, you're allowed to bring your personality, you're allowed to have fun, you're the boss. You are the boss, Capricorn. You're the boss, okay? So what you say goes. So, you can look over it in Aries and say, like, why are they having so much fun? Yeah, they're irresponsible, but there's something about that, like, funness, that, not saying all Aries are irresponsible, by no means. But, there's that funness, or the funness of the Leo, but it can be selfish in the eyes of the Capricorn. It's just like, oh, it's all about me. Anyway, again, not saying all Leos are selfish. Either way, there's like the different playful aspects of the different signs, and then the Capricorn energy can look at that and say, I think it's time for me to bring that own playfulness out of myself. I can be responsible and still be joyful and jovial. I can not be so business minded all the time, So this is a very positive thing for Venus to move into the 5th house, connecting with Uranus. It's a big breakthrough. Uranus is going to be in your 5th house for the next 6 years. Okay, shaking loose the personality, getting free, allowing ourselves to have a little bit more fun and playfulness. All right, now as well, Mercury on the 4th is also moving out of your 3rd house back into your 2nd house. Okay, this is about money. There's some money coming in now between the 4th and the 16th. Okay, so for 12 days there, Mercury is going to be at 29 degrees, 28 degrees. On the 9th, Mercury stations. Okay, Mercury stops. On the 10th, Mercury stations direct and starts moving forward again. Okay, so for those 12 days, it sits there at 2 degrees. Okay, so on the 4th, it enters Aquarius, enters your 2nd house. Okay, this is about money, finances, material possessions, things, and stays there for 12 days at 2 degrees. Before moving back in your 3rd house about information. So now, what's been going on? What's happened at the end of January? What's happened at the beginning of February? The conversations that came about during this point in time. Okay, there's karmic lessons to be learned during that time that are being revisited now for the 2nd and 3rd time this year. Okay, so there's definitely something going on. It's just like learning about finances, learning about money, learning about material possessions, learning about things. And then sweeping back in on the 16th, back into its shadow period through Pisces, and about information, trusting your intuition. This is really huge. This is another thing about Capricorn. Capricorns are very spiritual. Capricorns are very intuitive, but sometimes it's because there's a practicalness to the Capricorn, that they're saying, the intuition or source energy or whatever, like it doesn't always make a lot of sense. So it's best if we have everything written down, bullet pointed, like our sister Virgo sign there, having everything laid out and written out. There's no mistakes. It's just like there's only one way to get to the top of the mountain, and that's by carefully placing each foot in front of another, and reaching that goal. And this energy, especially with Mercury entering back into Pisces in your 3rd house, it's like there's information here in between the in-betweens that we can't see. There's steps that we can't quite see. And we have to be open and trusting that intuition, open to allow conversation to flow through us without being structured and so organized all the time. And that sounds contradictory. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be organized, but it's saying like if you're having a natural conversation with somebody, it's unscripted, and if you sit down and you say, well, I want to say this to this person, I want to say this, and this, and if something goes wrong in that speech, or if you're interrupted, it's like everything tumbles, the goat falls off the mountain, and that's not your nature. That's not who you are. So it's understanding this flow of going with it, and being open to that conversation of passing the ball back and forth, which is really great. Okay. Now, we've got a full moon happening on the 9th in Virgo. Okay, 9th house. This is about information. This is about philosophy, the visionary between your 3rd and 9th house. This is about you having faith in your journey, not knowing exactly where you're going, okay? But this full moon being illuminated up here says there's something going on that I just need to trust. I need to trust wherever I'm going. I need to trust the universe. I need to trust this spirit. I need to trust this intuition, okay? And just go with the flow of things. And as well, I need to do the work. These philosophers here, these other individuals that have done so much in the past to bring us this books, to bring us this knowledge, it's the Capricorn mentality, especially with all this energy in the 1st house, is to be that as well. So it's just saying, like, you owe it to yourself to do the work. You owe it to yourself to follow through with whatever you've set into motion. January 1st, 2020, I can't even think of the name of it. What do they call New Year's resolutions? It's arbitrary. It's completely arbitrary. New year, new whatever. I mean, it makes no difference. It's just a day, But are we staying committed to those resolutions that we've made? If not, we don't have to wait until 2021 to start them again. We can make these resolutions right now. We can create something right now, right? So it's very powerful for this new moon to create this kind of energy and to reflect back on ourselves, right? All the moon is doing is reflecting the sun's light. So this is reflecting on the work that we're doing, the knowledge that we're seeking, and again, illuminating the faith within ourselves. Okay, very, very powerful. So that's on the 9th. On the 10th, Mercury ends its retrograde, moves back forward here throughout until the 16th, back into Pisces. On the 11th now, we've got the sun. Okay, the sun. Oh, let me jump back here. I missed a date. On the 8th, the sun conjuncts Neptune. Okay, this is in your 3rd house, again, of information, siblings. You know, maybe you're getting together with some family on the 8th. Your brothers and sisters reaching out, saying hello, I love you, I miss you. It's been a while since I've seen you, I've been busy working. Right? So something is going on here with knowledge, just in general. And in the 3rd house, it's about looking at both sides of the coin, which is really powerful and really potent right now. It's just like, you know, when this happened here on this end, you know, this person projected this information and this being projected onto me. I didn't like that. I don't deserve that. And I walked away, you know, but to this person, you just walked away. They weren't able to see that they projected something onto you. I'm just using this as an example, not saying that that's happened in your life or that's happening right now. I'm just using it as an example. So, you know, we're reversing the roles here where we're the person. And we didn't quite understand what was going on. We just saw the effects. You know, we don't understand the wind, but we see the effects of the wind, right? It allows our sails to blow. It's you know, it's the moon. You know, we see the effects of the moon creating the wind, blowing through the trees, blowing, you know, rise and fall of the tides. Okay, so now we get to see that there's a cause and effect happening here. There's two sides of the coin. So when the sun conjuncts Jupiter, sun is ego representing self, sun conjunct Neptune, about expansiveness. We're really learning a lot about ourselves. We're learning a lot about our own co-creating existence here. You know, we're no victims. Capricorn, we're no victims. We're co-creators, and we're master co-creators, right? So it's just like we've created all of these instances and all of these things so we could create or learn, okay? Very powerful that happens on the 8th. Now, fast forward to the 14th, the 11th and 14th. Okay, this is what's going on the 11th and 14th. So the sun now on the 11th is going to sextile Jupiter. On the 14th, the sun is going to sextile Pluto. Okay, so on the 11th, Jupiter. On the 14th, sun, Pluto. Sun, again, illuminating your knowledge, illuminating what you see as the left and right, seeing through the fog here in hazy Pisces. All right, it's a beautiful place for the sun to be. It's about completion as well, completing and understanding about knowledge. And you have expansion, self-expansion, self-transformation. So the knowledge that you're seeking, the knowledge that's coming into you is absolutely expansive and transformational. By April, you will not be the same person, because that's how you choose to go through this. As well, Mars being there. Mars takes 2 years to go around. Jupiter takes 12 years to go around. Pluto takes 244 years around, right? Mars and Saturn won't meet up until the 31st. They're going to meet up over here in Aquarius. However, the fact that we get Mars, Jupiter, and Pluto all meeting up right around the same time to conjunct each other, and that happens this month, okay, this is powerful. And this being in your 1st house, this is life-changing, once in a, I don't know, thousands of years. Well, I mean, I guess it would happen every 244 years when Pluto comes back around. So either way, though, not everybody gets this. Not everybody gets this energy, okay? So for all of them to be together at the same point, at the same time, okay, is really, really, really powerful, all right? Even every 244 years, that necessarily wouldn't happen, because it doesn't mean Mars could be over here while Jupiter's traveling this year through this. You know, either way, so this is a very unique gift to you right now. So who you are in March is not who you're going to be come April. And what a gift. What a gift. You know, you get to retain all the good things of yourself, and you get to learn a lot of new knowledge and apply that to your life, okay? Now on the 20th, the sun is going to enter Aries. Okay, this is your 4th house. Spring is here. Yay! All right. New love potentially on the way. You know, you got the North Node has been transiting your 7th house there of Cancer for quite some time. Or partnerships, you know, it could be business partnerships, could be whatever. It's letting go of part of self in order to seek out relationships with the other. Again, this could be business or romantic. It doesn't really matter. If you're already in a romantic relationship, good, this is going to plot, it's going to thicken. And become even greater as the sun does move into your 4th house about home and family and connects with Chiron here on the 25th. Now there's a new moon on the 24th, so the sun, the moon, and Chiron are all here together. All right, really, really powerful place to be because it's, again, dealing with home and family. You do a lot to be a provider, you know, and you're bringing a lot of energy in. And this is going to also square the nodes, okay? So this home and family front is going to be letting go a piece of myself on one end and angling toward the other, you know? So this new moon, new beginning, it's recognizing I must let go of part of myself in order to have this relationship last or for this relationship to work. Again, being business or romantic. With this in your chart being about home and family, squaring the nodes, my guess is this does deal with something that's close to home and close to some sort of a romantic or partnership relationship, or family member, you know, someone that you love, you know, I don't know. You'll have to see how that goes in your chart. Leave a comment, you know, what's going on for you during this time, during this full moon, or the new moon, excuse me, in Aries. So after that, we've got Mars conjunct Jupiter as well on the 20th. Okay, again, we just talked about that. Very, very powerful time, Mars conjunct Jupiter. Then on the 22nd, 23rd, Mars is going to conjunct Pluto. Okay, again, driving force. Mars is our planet of action. Exalted in the sign of Capricorn, Mars loves to be in Capricorn. So being in your 1st house is very exciting because you really get to be yourself. You really get to, you know, shine and get all this stuff. Whatever, you get to get everything done that you're trying to get done. You know, there's a new life you're trying to create, and you are certainly creating that, and you're doing it fantastically, which is exciting, right? On the 22nd now, Saturn leaves Capricorn and enters Aquarius. Okay, really powerful time. Really powerful time. Obviously, it's been home Capricorn for 2.5 years. It's going to jump out for a couple of months, and then like a pendulum, it's going to swing back in during the retrograde for just a small amount of time over a small amount of space. And then for the next 2.5 years, we're going to have Saturn in your 2nd house, which deals with finances and income. Okay, so you're really creating new life, creating a new family, maybe. You're creating new ways of income. Okay, you're really, really highlighting your income. And then let me show you this, because this gets even better. You know, Venus now in your 5th house, again, about your creative self-expression, your courage, your leadership abilities. Okay, on the 27th and 28th are going to trine to Jupiter and then trine to Pluto. Okay, so the 27th is a trine to Jupiter, 28th trine to Pluto. Okay, so Venus, again, home in Taurus. Loves being in Taurus in your 5th house. Again, how you express yourself to the world. Very, very, very powerful. So how you're expressing yourself to the world is lining up with who you are as an individual. Who you are as an individual, you're getting your opportunity to shine more. You're getting your opportunity to break through the shell, you know, and kind of come out and being this bright, shining Capricorn, like, wow, I've never seen you like this. Again, this is life-changing energy going on this year, and this month specifically. Then on the 30th, Mars finally makes its way through here and jumps into Aquarius. And on the 31st, Mars and Saturn conjunct here in your 2nd house, which is, again, about your finances, about your income, which means you're going to have a seriously great April ahead of you. Okay, as Mars is going to continue to move through your finances and your money house, Saturn's saying, let's make this real. Let's make these money contracts. Let's do whatever we got to do. Forward thinking, visionary, your use of technology. Perhaps you're doing something with technology that really allows your work and your money, your income to take off. you know, I don't know, cryptocurrency or doing some sort of digital online marketing or something. There's something going on that, again, will be the use of technology to gain a new sense of income, and it's very, very powerful. Again, life-changing month ahead, my Capricorn friends. So drop me a line. Let me know what's going on for you. I always appreciate it. And again, check out the dailies. We have a lot of fun. I'm always trying to put out a little something good for you here. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you as always, my fellow Capricorns, and we'll see you tomorrow.